Good morning, students of class 6. I am your English teacher from Kendriya Vidyalaya area, and today we are going to read the first chapter of your supplementary book, A Pact with the Sun. The first story is A Tale of Two Birds. First, see the word tale. The word tale means a story. Can you tell me if there is another word which sounds just like this word tell but means something else? Yes, there are many words like this, just like tail. Tail means the end part of an animal, जिसको हम पूंछ बोलते हैं. Or another word is tell, means to say something to someone. So see, these three words just looks like or sounds alike, but the meanings are different. These words are called homophones. Before we read this story, let's know something about the story. In this story is called a fable. Do you know what is a fable? Fable is a kind of a story in which we learn a lesson. This you will see in the second chapter also. This story fables normally have many characteristics. What are those characteristics? One of them is that in these stories, many animals or birds are acting like human beings. Just like in this story, we will see the birds are talking to each other, they are thinking by themselves. So, these birds are working or acting just like human beings. So these are animal characters. Fables, normally fables have two characteristics. One is this, that they are animal characters, and the second one is we learn something from a fable. There is always a lesson to be learned from this story. So when we are reading this story, I would like you to think about what is the lesson. Let's start reading the story. There once lived a bird and had two newborn babies in a forest. They had a nest in a tall, shady tree, and there the mother bird took care of her little ones day and night. So there are some new words. See, newborn. Newborn means baby were born very recently. Nest. Nest means the living place of a bird. Ghosla. Shady tree. Shady means very leafy. There are so many leaves in that tree that it provides a shade, chaya. And in this tree, in a very in a forest, there is a tree, and in that tree, the mother bird took care of her newborn babies days and nights, just like our mothers do. One day there was a big storm. There was thunder, lightning, and rain. The wind blew down many trees. The tall tree in which the birds lived also came down. A big heavy branch hit the nest and killed the bird. Fortunately for the baby birds, the strong wind blew them away to the other side of the forest. One of them came down near a cave where a gang of robbers lived. The other landed outside a rishi's ashram a little distance away. So there was one day a big storm. There was thunder, lightning, and rain. So you know the meaning of the thunder and lightning? The बिजली कड़कना और जो आवाज होता है. So there was a big storm. There was many thunder and lightnings, and the wind was so strong that it blew down. It blew down many trees. Blew down means to fall down. Okay, so the pressure of the wind was so heavy that the trees could not stand in front of it. They fell down. In the tall tree where our birds lived, they that was also hit. A big heavy branch. Branch means a part of a tree. Okay, that hit the nest and killed the bird. Which bird? The mother bird. So the mother bird was killed, and there was no one to take care of the baby birds. But it was fortunate, it was happy event for the baby birds. Why? It was fortunate for them because they did not die. They, the wind carried them and put them somewhere else. The wind pressure, one of them was landed near a cave and other was landed near a ashram. So the cave belonged to a gang of robbers who looted other people, okay, who thieved and looted other people, robbed other people, their money and their riches. And you know what is a Rishi's ashram? A Rishi is a holy person who lives their day in the thinking about God, and they are very good people. Days passed and the baby birds became big birds. One day, the king of the country came to the forest to hunt. He saw a deer and rode after it. It ran deep into the forest, followed by the king. Soon the king lost his way and didn't know where he was. So many days passed after that storm, and the baby birds gradually became old. They became big birds, adult birds. One day, what happened in that time, there was a king of the country. He came to the forest to hunt. Now, see, from this, we can understand that this story was written a long time ago because we normally do not have kings right now. Neither do we go to hunt. Hunt means shikar karna. Today we know that hunting has been banned because people hunted so many animals that animals are going extinct. But before, one time, see, now we have many things to entertain ourselves. We can listen to songs, we can watch movies, we can play many games, video games, you can watch TV, you can watch use internet. But at that time there was nothing. So what did people do? Especially men entertained themselves. They engaged their time by hunting. So the king also came to that forest to hunt, to entertain himself. And he saw deer and rode after it. Rode means he rode on his horse and chased after the deer. It ran, it means the deer ran deep into the forest. So the deer is an animal of the forest, and that animal knows many ways of the forest, and obviously he wanted to save himself. So that is why he ran deep into the forest, and the king also went behind the bear. So he was also lost in the forest because the because the ways of the forest are known to the deer but not to the king. So the king lost the deer and also lost his own way. He didn't know that how to come out of the forest. He rode on for a long time till he came to the other side of the forest. So finally, what did he do? He didn't have anyone to help him, and there was no map or nothing. So he kept going straight. He rode on for a long time. So he rode on his horse for a long time, and finally, the forest ended. He came to the other side of the forest. So if this is the forest, he entered from this side. He entered from this side. He covered the forest and he came out outside. And obviously he was very tired, so since the morning he hadn't eaten anything and he rode for a long time, so obviously he was very tired. He got off his horse, so he came down off his horse and sat down under a tree. So he was very tired, he could not ride his horse anymore. He sat down to rest. He sat down to rest. Suddenly he heard a voice cry out. Cry out means to shout, okay, to shriek. And a voice cried out, "Quick, hurry up! There's someone under the tree. Come and take his jewels and his horse. Hurry, or he will slip away." So someone was crying, someone was beckoning, calling some people to come and attack the king. He's saying that voice is saying that the voice is saying to his friends to hurry up, means to come fast, or else नहीं तो he will slip away, means the king will run away. Okay, he will run away and the robbers will not be able to catch him. The king was amazed. Amazed means to be surprised. The king was amazed. He looked up and saw a big brown bird on the tree under which he was sitting. So the king was amazed and surprised. Why? Because he could not see anyone in front of him. There was no one. Then who was shouting? Then he looked up. ऊपर देखे उन्होंने देखा that there was a big brown bird. So a bird was sitting on the tree, and then he also heard faint noises. Faint means this voice was very loud, but faint noises means that is the voices were not very loud. So he could hear that someone is coming from far away, inside, issuing from the cave. So the sound was coming from the cave. The noise was coming from the cave, and he could understand that the bird has called some robbers. Those robbers are coming to catch him. So what did he do? He quickly got onto his horse. He knew that he was alone there. Though he was a king, but he was alone. So the robbers might attack and overcome him. So to save himself, he ran away from there. He rode away as fast as he could. So he came to a clearing. What is the meaning of the word clearing? See, up till now he was inside a forest. So if this is a place, there was many trees, it was full of trees. But then he came to a place which was a clean place. There was not that many trees. He can see outside. So that was called a clearing, which looked like an ashram. So where he came, it looked like an ashram. So someone has built a place, someone has cleaned a place of the forest and made an ashram there. It was a rishi's ashram, holy man's ashram. The king knew that if this is an ashram is not a place to harm somebody. So no one would hurt him, and he, what did he do? He said that I will be safe here, and he tied his horse to a tree. So what did he do? He made used a rope to tie his horse to a tree. The king tied his horse to a tree and sat down in its shade. So once again, the king understood that he is safe, and he tied his horse and sat down just like he did on the other side of the forest. Suddenly he heard a gentle voice announce, "Welcome to the ashram, sir. Please go inside and rest. The rishi will be back soon. There's some cold water in the pot. Please make yourself comfortable." The king looked up and saw a big brown bird in the tree. He was amazed. "This one looks like the other bird outside the cave," he said to himself aloud. See here, this paragraph and the this paragraph, these are almost same in some ways, isn't it? There also the king was tired, and he tied his horse and sat down under a shady tree. But what is different on that case, he had heard a very shriek voice who asked his friends to come and attack the king. But in this case, the voice is completely different, completely opposite. It is a gentle voice, a soothing voice. And this voice is asking the king to come inside the ashram. It is welcoming him. Instead of attacking, this voice is welcoming the king. And what is he saying? He's instructing the king to go inside and rest. He is not threatening the king. He is asking the king to go inside and rest and to make himself comfortable. He is also saying the rishi will be back, so the king will not have any problem. And here also the king is amazed just like he was before. But why he is amazed? The last time he was surprised to see a bird working with the robbers. But now he is amazed that the same looking bird, he is saying it, that this bird looks like the other bird. The same, these two birds are siblings. So they look just like each other. And he is amazed, the bird is amazed that these birds, though they look alike, they are so different in their nature. Okay, the other bird was working with the robbers, and this bird is very gentle and soothing and welcoming, a very good bird. And he is saying himself that also, that this one looks like the other bird outside the cave. See, that there is also another thing. The king till now is thinking that though the birds are talking, they are talking what they are learn to talk, what they have learned to talk. But see, here in this paragraph we will see that the bird is talking on his own accord. The bird can think for himself just like a human being. What is the bird saying? You are right, sir. So he's conversing, he's talking with the king, not only just saying something. The bird is informing the king that he is my brother, but he has made friends with the robbers. He now talks as they do. He doesn't talk to me anymore. So he is saying that obviously that other bird is my brother, but he has gone astray because of his friends. Gone astray means to become bad, to suffer because of something. Okay, to he is his nature has turned bad because his friends are bad people, because his friends are robbers whose nature is to attack people and harm them. And because of that, he doesn't talk to me either. Though I am his brother, he does not talk to me. He has left me to live with his friends. Just then, the rishi entered the ashram. Welcome, sir, he said to the king. Please come inside and make yourself at home. You look tired. Rest for a while, then you can share my food. See, the same things that the birds have already said. So, how did the bird learn to talk so gently? Because he always hears the rishi to talk like that. The rishi is a very good person and he always welcomes people. So that is how the bird has learned it. The king told the rishi the story of the two birds and how each had behaved so differently, though they looked so alike. So, just like see in the beginning of the story, I have told you about homophones, words which sound alike but meanings are different. Here we see two birds who look alike but their behavior is very different. The forest is full of surprises, he said. The king is very amazed and he is sharing his experience with the rishi. He is saying that these two birds I have made, they look alike, but their nature is so different. I am very amazed about it. The holy man smiled and said, after all, one is known by the company one keeps. This line is the most important one of the story. Okay, the one is known by the company one keeps. What is the meaning of the word company here? Normally, what do we call a company? From where something is made, a factory like area where from which we buy something, right? But here it means completely different. It means companionship, to stay with someone. Okay, So the companion is our friends here. That bird has always heard the talk of robbers. So the first bird, his friends, his companions are robbers. So he has learned from them. He imitates. Imitates means to repeat. Nakal utarna. Okay. So if someone says something and you just copy them, it becomes imitating. Imitating means copying. Okay. uh, then talks about robbing people. So the first bird always imitates, copies the robbers and talks about robbing people. But this bird, the second bird who has lived with the rishi, has always heard uh, people being welcomed and rested. So the rishi has always welcomed people. They has always behaved very uh, in a very good manner with people. So this bird just repeats that. So this one has repeated what he has always heard. So this bird has learned from the rishi, but that bird had learned from the robbers. This bird had learned to welcome people in the ashram. So that is why he says it like that. Now come inside and rest. I will tell you more about this place and these birds. So the Rishi is once again welcoming the king. He is saying that you come, have rest, take some food, and then I will tell you more about it. I hope you have understood the story. Now let's discuss the question answer. How did the two baby birds got separated? We have seen it in the very beginning of the story. Let's go back there. Yes, so there was a storm, thunder, lightning, and rain, and strong wind blew the birds away to the other side because their mother was killed. So, how would you write the answer? The two baby birds got separated in a very big thunderstorm in which their mother was killed. The birds was blown away by the strong wind and thus they separated. Where did each of them find a home? We know the first bird found a home in a cave near the cave which belonged to the robbers, and the second bird lived in an ashram. Yes. What did the first bird say to the stranger? That is also given in the story. The first bird, now see here, stranger means the king. The bird, though he did not say it directly to the king, he said it to his friends. What did he say? That come, hurry up, let's rob this man, rob this king, or otherwise this man will run away, he will slip away. So come first and rob him. What did the second bird say to him? The second bird welcomed him in the ashram and asked him to take rest. How did the rishi explain the different ways in which the birds behaved? So, how did the rishi explain? You can see he had explained that one is known by the company one keeps. Why? Because in the previous case, the bird repeats the talk of robbers with whom that bird has lived, and the second bird welcomes people because that's what he has always heard. Which one of the following sums up the story best? I am not going to tell you the answer. Here, see, there are three options. What you do have to do, you will have to choose the correct answer. The correct answer is giving inside the story, and I have told you in the beginning of the story that this is a fable and there is a lesson. So you will have to find this lesson, which will be the answer of the sixth question. That's all for today. I hope you have enjoyed and understood the chapter. Have a good day.